Well, ladies and gentlemen, another one bites the dust. This week it is an official loss. But hey, it is what it is. Y'all sit back, relax. We got the link in the chat. Definitely want to hear what you got to say about how today's game went. So, as now we're live for the benediction. Let's get it. Hit that like and subscribe button on the way in. Well. The Falcons fall again in the preseason. This time, there was no injury to stop it, but hey, it is what it is. We lose this one 23-20. A lot of things we got to talk about today. I got K-Dub in the building. I've already provided the link for the fans, so if you want to jump in right now, you definitely can. We're not making anybody wait today. So, K-Dub, what's going on, man? How you doing, bro?
How you doing? How you doing, historian? Good to be in the building tonight. Just to touch on the loss that we took to the Tennessee Titans. But like I say, man, it's an evaluation period, and the evaluation is not looking good for some of these players. Some players did stick out, but it's going to be a tough to make this roster. I think you'll see some more transactions even this week in doing training camp coming up, because I don't completely sold on the guys that we have, but they're just what I'm seeing. But I would like to hear your thoughts, historian, what you saw. But I mean, like I said, the running game did get going better in this particular game, so you did speak upon that last week. So we've seen improvement in the running game to get a touchdown out there, but I see a lot of regression in the passing game with the consistency in Easton Stick being consistent from week to week. But like I said, we still have Kirk Cousins until we do trade him off, or if we do not trade him off. But when we get rid of him, we do have him as a backup. So we know it's a healthy problem to have. I've seen teams lose all their games in the preseason and still have an outstanding regular season. So we're in that stance to let all our great players rest and sit on the sideline and take mental reps. So we just got to see how that decision, what that decision pans out to be. I think it's keeping them healthy and fresh, because look, another player goes down. This time it's one of our guys, which is the quarterback and from Florida. And so, like I say, we got to stay healthy. That's what I keep claiming every week, that we got to stay healthy. So
I don't know what's going on with your hold up. I don't know what's going on with your mic. You keep shorting in and out. I think you're a little too close to your mic, because it sounds like you're just garbled and you're eating. Yeah. So try it now.
Okay, it's better.
It's still choppy, but see if you can adjust that real quick. And while you're adjusting that, I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can tap into this. So tonight definitely was not the best night for the Falcons. When you sit back and you look at the team stats right now, overall, there's a lot of improvement that needs to happen expeditiously. A lot of improvement that needs to happen at this point. There are guys that are still trying to hold on to their job, as K-Dub was just saying. We'll go ahead and tap into it or whatnot. And then, like I said, fans, y'all could just trickle in at any time. We're not holding anybody up. We pretty much got you covered. So, according to ESPN tonight, we pretty much were outplayed in this game. You had 13 first downs from the Falcons to Tennessee's 19. The third down efficiency was bad for both teams. 5 out of 15 for Atlanta, 5 out of 13. Atlanta ended up with 288 yards. Tennessee had 313, 174 passing for Atlanta, 195, as you can see. 21 out of 37, and we were averaging 4.5 yards a carry. Per catch. So the thing that I can say, when you look at it, the turnover that hurt us was the pick six. That was the thing that hurt us. The backup offensive line, they gave up 2 sacks tonight. That's about it. I'm mad that they gave up 2 sacks tonight. Hopefully it does get better with the depth, but I'm gonna be honest with you. The one positive that I see so far before I really dive into the negative side, the receiving core. Everybody in the receiving core has been performing well. And you pretty much see what's been going on with your wide receivers. Wide receivers are going up, catching passes, putting themselves in positions to make plays. The thing is this, the quarterbacks are backups for a reason. And at this point, what you're looking at right now is just, how can I put it? You're looking at this, and I hate to say it, but you're looking at the scrubs at this point. That's what you're looking at. And the quarterbacks right now, Emory Jones was solid and when he got his opportunity. The only thing was had a couple of misreads, but I'm not mad because he moved the chains and he gave himself up on that last play. He was definitely trying to fight to get it. So hopefully he gets better. Hopefully he's not hurt too bad, but he'll probably end up shaking it off. But for Easton Stick to finish the game, he was solid until really the last drive. We had a Quincy Skinner sighting tonight, did his thing, but defensively, I'm a little disappointed in the second half because we started to make plays, but you can tell that the inconsistency was there. You saw that everybody struggled to a certain extent. K-Dub, when you look at, we saw D'Angelo Malone miss three sacks tonight and 2 open field tackles. And this is a guy that's on the bubble right now. It doesn't look good for him right now. Let's just be honest. It does not look good for him right now in his time with the Falcons because, again, yes, he's a special teams ace, but you're not going to be around here too much longer. You're missing open field tackles like that or you're missing sacks like that. Now, Zach Harrison missed a sack, but he also ended up getting in there making a couple of big plays too. How do you assess the defense this week?
I like the effort and the tenacity they were playing with, but they're still getting adjusted and to the new scheme. So I see a lot of people overrunning the play because they're learning how to, going in a blind closet. How Coach Ali explains it, playing without your seatbelt on. So these guys are still learning. So this is the time to learn. I think when it comes to week 1 and you get out there with those veterans and the guys that are trying to really hone the skill with those starters, then you'll see it probably fruition and better, and you see it better, basically played out with the starters. But I like some of the things I've seen tonight. The running game getting going. The backups, they started out playing piss poor, but they started to play a little bit better toward the game where we actually had an effort or actually had a chance to go and win the game, but with Emory Jones getting knocked out during that play, and Easton Stick sitting over there drinking Gatorade and shooting the breeze on the sideline, having to come back in and not being ready to come back in. It didn't work out in our favor, but it's the preseason, ready to get the preseason over with, and then we can go on and have better dialogue in the regular season, man, and get to see what we really want to see, and that's 9-5, and 9-1, all these different combinations that Michael Penn gets for offense and his defense, turning the ball over and getting it back to that offense, man. Like I say, one more preseason game.
I think it might be your internet connection, bro, because you keep cutting in and out like real bad.
Oh, so you think it's the internet? Okay.
Yeah,
I'm gonna come out and come back.
Okay, no problem.
I'm gonna go out and come back in.
Yep. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, I posted the link in the chat. You definitely can come in here, and we want to hear from you guys. Tonight is a night. It's the benediction, man. We definitely wanted the party line. A lot of the things that I said at halftime, they started to adjust, but then they got a little lost. I just posted the link in the chat. As you can see, we definitely got this thing going, and we're going to make sure that you guys are able to speak your mind tonight. Just watch the language. We say certain things you can say, certain things you can't. But we definitely want you guys to come in tonight and chop it up with us or whatnot. But again, the final score 23-20. Falcons didn't look good. We didn't get it done. Some of the issues, that we had, as I said before, offensive line. They killed the momentum. We had a lot of stuff that was going down that needs to be fixed. And we got right on time. We have William Amy in the building, man. What's going on, Big Will?
What's going on? What's going on, man? I seen that we unfortunately we had lost, but I seen some positive. The team fought back. 'Cause when I looked on the halftime, I didn't really watch the highlights or anything like that. But I know it was like 3-13 or something like that. It was beating us by what 13 points. We came back, so that shows you that this team with the backups, the stars, they had to play. And
Yeah.
some players will get cut, but I feel like in my heart that basically some people gonna get cut, some people gonna make the squad. So I don't know who gonna win. Who was the winner? What was your take so far?
I think we started off slow, didn't help out. But the one thing that was consistent that I will say that they did have fight. And then they discovered a running game, like I said, needed to happen. But you can't forget how to throw the pass. You can't forget how to throw the pass and also hit people when they're open. Easton Stick
Yeah,
literally missed on some important and some crucial situations. That was something that I saw because there was one play where he pretty much put the ball, instead of putting it in front of Drummond, he put it on the outside where Drummond had to stop and turn around and look back to look for that pass. Now, if he puts that ball going towards the post, the field goal post, that's a walk-in 6. Drummond had that corner beat by 3 steps.
gotcha. I
Now,
gotcha.
and I mean, here's the thing. He hit Chris Blair for a touchdown. Chris Blair should have had 2. Now, there was
Yeah,
one play where everybody thought he dropped it in the first half, but the ref ended up
yeah, in a way.
the ref ended up letting it walk because what happened was the DB ended up holding his arm. So let me bring K Dub back up in here. Hey, K Dub, you there? His internet still going in and out.
ScreenYard. But
Yeah,
yeah, though.
StreamYard is StreamYard, and we're gonna bring him back in here. Let me see if it works now. Hey, K Dub, you good?
You hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Good. Gotcha. So the one thing that I'll say that I got to give this team, they did fight back, but here's my thing. We don't, with the type of talent that we have on this team during the season, hopefully we don't have too many games where we're fighting back. Hopefully we have games where we just jump out on folks and the defense just goes in attack mode and shuts folks down. That is the main thing that we're looking for at this point. All right, K Dub, you back.
All right.
And you sound much better.
Now, I mean, I went to an iPad instead of the laptop.
Hey, we understand. But getting back to it, I mean, we're not gonna harp too much on what was bad. Oh, yes, they dropped out. We're not gonna harp on too much what was bad or whatnot. We all know what was bad. Now, Jalen Walker didn't play. They didn't say why he didn't play, but maybe he's still nursing that hamstring, even though he played, but who knows? What's going on, Clayton? Definitely appreciate you, whatnot. Carlos, yeah, I got to make sure I highlight that one about the O-line. I'll be honest with you. I said it at halftime. The offensive line's penalties is what hurt us. That was what hurt the momentum because during some of those drives, I think we could have probably had about 2 or 3 touchdowns. Easily could have probably hung 30, 40 on these guys. But we didn't get it done. Got to go back to the drawing board. Next week, we're on the road against the Dallas Cowboys in their house. Definitely got to get better. Once we get through Dallas, get ready for the season. But we also have to look at the fact that we're in a position to where things are a little bit different. So, K-Dub. So, all right. So now looking towards next week, the best thing about tonight was no one got hurt. We saw a lot of minus Emory Jones. I think he'll be okay. Don't get him probably in concussion protocol maybe this weekend or this week just to make sure that he's ready to go or if he's ready to go. But there were no significant injuries tonight, which I think is a win in itself.
That was great. It was great. Oh, okay.
Look who
What's
that
up,
up
John?
in here. The John, the cricket deacon up in here. Hold up. John, I gotta get you, I gotta give you a little something. Here you go. Just did you guys hear that?
Yeah, I did. Gentlemen, good evening.
Hey John, you get ready to give it to them how they want it tonight. I already see how this getting ready to happen.
Man, these unforced errors.
Preach.
These unforced errors, gentlemen, because I was kind of torn because could it be a situation where familiarity breeds contempt, because they worked with these jokers this past week and fought with them and did all this stuff up there at Flowery Branch, and we were very vanilla, but we couldn't even make had vanilla flavoring, but we couldn't make the ice cream. I said, good grief, man. Come on, guys. How are you jumping off sides like this? That was one of the things that gets me. How do you jump off sides like this? You played these jokers according to all the reports that we had coming from Flowery Branch. You were frustrating them so bad you were making them mad. And this didn't translate well. Now, Jason, Stick, I don't know what his first name is. I'm gonna call him Jason. Eason. What? Okay.
Yeah, you were real close.
Yeah. Close enough to get in a fight, but I'm gonna say it here.
But John, here's the other thing that hurt too. Outside of the penalties that we ended up getting, and you look at everything that happened, how we killed our momentum tonight. Because again, now I get Jack Nelson. Nelson is a true rookie. I can give him a pass on that because he was aggressive the whole night. I saw a lot of good stuff out of him. When you talk about run blocking, he was coming downhill, mowing guys down. Pass blocking, he definitely was. He pretty much was like a moving mountain. You had to literally try to beat him, which he was quick on the first step. Now, the penalties that he killed us on, rookie mistakes. He'll figure it out. The 2 holding calls. That's letting you know that this kid is aggressive. I think he can clean that up and become a valuable rotation piece for us as a true rookie coming in here with depth. Now, as for Wilkinson was a starter at one point. It's no way in hell, and you guys understand this man has been working with the backups the whole time during the offseason. How in the world do you not know the snap count? And you're at home and it's quiet. How are you getting jumpy with the snap count? That's a problem, John.
Yeah,
it's the veteran player.
And I should have clarified. Because I should have clarified something, because when I've said unforced error, I'm specifically, and I should make it specific, I'm specifically talking about false starts. I'm specifically talking about that because, see, what I saw being called as holding versus what I was taught is holding, Falcons were getting held just about every play.
Yeah.
On the defense. I mean, it was just ridiculous.
That's a lot of holding.
And man, I was at a bar, and man, I mean, the whole bar was just going crazy. Good grief, ref! What are you looking at? And well, there's another aspect of this that I'm not going to talk about on your stream, but I'm definitely gonna say something about it on mine, because I don't want you getting in no trouble about something I said, because man, I'm about done. I'm just about done, and so I'm going to go in depth on it. And those of you who want to know, y'all tune in with me. I'm not going to do this on Ryan's stream. I'm not going to do it.
So to give you a heads up on Jalen Walker, Myles Garrett just reported Raheem Morris or whatnot said Jalen Walker was out with a growing muscle. Oh, what's going on, Cody? Appreciate you coming through, my guy. Yeah, your boys got it today or whatnot. We gave up the draws. It is what it is. But don't think that's gonna happen when y'all come to Athens or whatever. We're gonna put our foot between your hip pockets. But anywho, getting back to it, Jalen Walker was held out due to a growing injury. So
Okay.
Jalen's been playing with a lot of leg injuries since he showed up. Now, a lot of soft tissue injuries. That's not good. Now, they're holding him off. And my thing is this: we already see that the kid can set the edge. If he's well, you let him play against Dallas. But if he's not, I'm okay with you sitting him down. Get him his treatment, get him right, because he needs to be playing in week 1. We need him and we need JPJ. JPJ was a menace tonight, if you paid attention to that. 27 was all over the field, tackling quarterbacks, or at least pressuring quarterbacks, tackling running backs. And then I don't know if y'all paid attention to it. It was a couple of plays where he came from his position of rushing the quarterback and tackling wide receivers that were catching screens, if you guys remember.
Right. Yeah. They busted up a lot of screens tonight. And go ahead, Ryan.
No, I was getting ready to ask K-Dub because it was something he mentioned this week during the show. And John, I knew you probably tuned in and saw it. K-Dub, now you mentioned the one thing that you said was we got to start tackling better across the middle. There were certain players that were just like Bertrand showed up tonight at the beginning while he got his playing time, was making tackles. How did you assess the tackling in the middle of the field this week so far? You're on mute, K-Dub. We can't hear you. Still can't hear you. Try to get your sound right. Pop out and pop back in real quick. We're gonna try to get him back. But while we're waiting on him, John, I gotta, we're gonna highlight all the bad things that happen, but we also gotta, how do you say it, John? Everybody don't want to eat their vegetables, but you gotta sprinkle a little incentive or whatnot for that. Kind of like you having your dessert sitting right there in front of you while you got to eat these Brussels sprouts or beets or whatever you might not like how you used to say back at the table. The tackling, I got to give it to the defense. It's more aggressive. Now, the only thing we got to get better at is not missing these tackles, but they're attacking. You got they're attacking. This is what you and I have talked about. We haven't seen in a long time where the defense is just aggressive.
And not see, the thing that frustrates me more than anything else, and I think this is what's happening all over the league in football, are these strafing runs, where instead of when you make first contact with someone, trying to wrap them up and drop them, you're hitting them to bounce him or knock him this way or knock him that way or whatever. And what I saw tonight, I saw people grabbing people, if you couldn't get him down, holding on till the help came.
Can you hear me now?
I mean,
perfectly.
Okay, I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah.
Apologize for the technical difficulties on my end today.
It's the preseason, man. We good.
I'm like,
hey, man.
Like the Falcons right now. We trying to get our stuff rolling.
Yeah. I'm glad I got alternate stuff here because I'm like, boy, this is rough.
So what we were talking about is the aggressive nature that we're seeing, because I mentioned it and you spoke about it this week. I said we got to be a little bit more aggressive with defending the middle of the field with tackling. How do you feel that this team has attacked the field in the middle of the field or whatnot with open field tackling so far? We saw a lot of missed tackles, but I'm speaking specifically in the middle of the field where we've had problems the past couple of seasons. How do you feel about this?
Like I said, they be a small, slight improvement. They have to continue to improve. You got to continue to work on that tackling. And like I say, man, these cornerbacks, I'm hoping they stay on board, but I think they're going to play some mix and matching. They're going to go into the portal, not the portal, but say into this free agency and bring some people in this week. I think you're going to see some more transactions because I'm not sold on these guys. Just kind of like what John was speaking about, man. It's you got to show me better than you can tell me. So I know who my starters are, but I really feel like to round out this 53, that it may be some guys that we're going to bring in to try to make this team. But that's just my opinion.
Now, here's the biggest, to me, I feel like this is one of the biggest mistakes of the game, because at the last drive, I got to give it to Easton Stick, because he was trying to, he thought his night was over with till Emory went down. But I think the biggest play that cost us, and John, I know you're going to mention it on your show, and you're going to really dive into it. DJ Chalk tries to run upfield opposed to going out of bounds when he catches that pass. That right there cost us 12 seconds off the clock. Like, let's be honest. You're a veteran player and a former first-round pick at that. Your behind should have been sliding to the sideline. Being honest, think about it. You had room. Let's be real on this, folks. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pull up the play. See, tonight, I'm getting ready to get a little messy with this, John, so you might like this.
Yeah, I
know you
messy. I
you
love messy.
See, you love when I get messy like. But here you go. This is exactly what we dealt with. This is the play that cost us 12 seconds on this drive. Think about this, folks. Right here, you snap it, throw to the boundary, run up at an angle out of bounds.
Man, go out of.
Think about it. It's 45 seconds. I want you to see how much time goes off the clock while we're waiting to get set. 45 seconds now. Think about that. You literally lost 12 seconds off the clock. John?
Yeah.
I already know me and K-Dub gonna jump on it, but since you're the guest tonight, what's up, Kerry? I want to hear how you feel about that.
See,
and this is it's not like he's a rookie. He's a veteran at that.
Man, my coach would have got a bullwhip and a 38, and he wouldn't have said a word. That doggone man, look here. You'd have been whooped and doggone shot before you got to the doggone sideline.
My man said, North Carolina A&T. I got you, Jaden.
Now, we were fussing about the Commanders game last year about how Raheem Morris did not call a timeout after that long completion, and instead waiting until the team got up to the line of scrimmage and then ran another play. It's the same thing, man.
We didn't have no timeouts at that point. That was the last drive. We had no timeouts left because guess what? When we were, Kerry, you can pop in if you want to. I got the link or whatnot if you want to come in for a sec. But here's the thing, and we all saw this. We wasted 2 timeouts because guess what? They couldn't get the snap off when Emory Jones was in that first time before that turnover happened and he got knocked out. Those 2 timeouts were critical. We burned 2 timeouts because we couldn't get set and we couldn't get things off the ground.
Yeah, just couldn't get untracked. And y'all supposed to work on this. Every freaking day. I mean, and I guess you're going to have to dedicate some extra time this week so that your starting offense doesn't do this. I mean, come on, y'all. And then, now I've got to go back to this interception. Got to go back to the interception because that's what really set our night into a bad particular path. You do not double clutch, hesitate, and then throw in the same spot where you double clutched that, man. Come on, bruh. I mean, Easton Stick, I know you're a rookie. I know you're trying to make do or get that 3rd spot on the practice squad. Now, this was a learning lesson, I guess, but you don't have no cannon on the side of your arm. You don't have no cannon.
He ain't no rookie. He been in the league about 5 years.
Bro. He played for San Diego / the Los Angeles Chargers. That's who he played for before he came to us.
He played about 4 or 5. He's about his 5th year in the league.
He done been in the league.
But the key thing is he gonna throw interceptions this league, but we in an evaluation process. They don't give him no pass. But like I
Nope.
say, he's still better than
Emory Jones.
Emory Jones. So I mean, that's what you're
Yeah,
looking at.
and see, thing was, I thought the man was a rookie because that was a rookie mistake. That was a rookie mistake.
John, he should have had 2 picks tonight. One of them got called back.
Yeah.
Think about it. The play where he was rolling out to the right to our sideline, he patted the ball twice. Think about it. 1, 2, boom. That linebacker broke and literally had a walk-in 6.
Yeah.
If it hadn't been for that penalty, that was a walk-in 6, and that would have been 2. So again, if we get down to the point where we gotta play past Kirk Cousins, we in trouble.
Yeah.
We in trouble.
But so as soon as we get past Kirk Cousins, like we already know we like.
Well, AKW, y'all. All NFL teams hope they don't never have to activate their third quarterback. But it can happen. It can happen.
I've seen it happen, so I know it happens. But the key thing is, we want to. What I keep saying and stressing every episode that I'm on is try to stay healthy. So we've had a few people go down. Like we had Mooney go down. Now Jalen Walker with another minor injury. Once again, like he said, soft tissue. But the key thing with Jalen Walker is, hell, he played with injuries the whole time he was at Joe. He liked to play with injuries. It seems like he played with injuries, but at the NFL level, they want to watch him and take it, basically save him from himself and make sure that he's 100% before he hits the field. But if you remember at Georgia, he's always playing with some kind of sling or some kind of brace or something. All the time playing injured.
With the NFL, he's an investment at this point. And
I understand. I'm just
you get that part. That's why they held him out. Because at Georgia, Kirby would have told him, "Hey man, you know what you need to do? Go ahead and gut that out. That's pretty much what you got to do. Gut that out." I ain't gonna see. I got the censor button, so I don't have to cuss. So you know what I'm thinking when I push it. So I'm just telling you.
I got you. I just want to explain to anybody out there that don't understand why he's not playing with a little bang up. But at the NFL level, it's a lot different. Like historian is explaining, it's like more of an investment. You place a lot of millions behind the guy. You want to have a illustrious career, not just a few years that you play at the college level. You be like 3 years there, or 4 years there, you're gone. So you want to have this guy have a long tenure career here in Atlanta. And that's the beauty of doubling down at the pass rusher position. And we still had JP Jr. out there acting a fool and creating havoc like he did last week. Because once that havoc is created in a real live game with the starters out there, somebody is actually going to get home as he's back there creating all that problem and creating all that chaos back there in that backfield. So, I mean, I love to see it. It's just the preseason. I'm not as upset as everybody else. I understand that, we were going to make mistakes out there. We got a bunch of guys that are definitely not going to make the team out there. Some guys will, but a bunch of these guys won't even make the team. So it is what it is, man. I want to see the starters out there. I'm ready for week 1. Let's get past next week and try to get as healthy as we can going into next week. That's my emphasis is staying healthy and continue to get our timing down during these last few practices and get ready for week 1, man. That's what my focus is.
Hold up real quick. Welcome back, Mr. Larry Dixon of the Dixon Way. One of the best commentaries out there in the game. Got to give this brother his flowers. He got more jobs than a Jamaican that's fresh off the boat. Trust me. My dog is covering the Braves, the Falcons, the Hawks, the Dogs, even his wife's lousy Gators. And the Atlanta Dream, who just won tonight. So Big Larry, man, appreciate you stopping through and blessing us with your presence tonight, as you do during the season when you have a moment. How do you
The
feel
dream playing right now. The dream playing right now. Sorry.
Right now,
How do you feel about? I know we're gonna have guys leaving, just like K Dub was saying. How do you feel about the attack mode of the defense that you're seeing on the field now? You've seen some of the guys that might be starters or guys that are going to be rotational piece. How do you feel about the aggressive play that you're seeing outside of the loss that we had tonight?
I like the aggressiveness that Jeff has us playing with. I did notice that we definitely missed Jalen on run defense. It's a lot of people getting caught up with Jalen and his lack of so-called pressure. They're saying that, JPJ is getting more pressure, stuff like that. Looks more fluid as a pass rusher. I want Falcon fans to understand that Jalen Walker should be the middle linebacker. He's a Roquan Smith type linebacker. He'll do it all. You know what I'm saying? He'll be better as the Mike, in my opinion. Let K. Ellis be on the outside. That's where he's suited. Remember, from the Saints, he had like 8-9 sacks when we got him from the Saints. So he's suited more pass rush than Jalen, in my opinion. I think Jalen need to be the quarterback of the defense by for the young guys that did play, because Jalen didn't play tonight, you kind of missed that with all those draw plays coming up. Our young guys played well into the halftime, really after the third quarter too. Some of our guys was playing. So overall, I think the defense, especially in the first half, was stifling. Both quarterbacks looked like trash,
Hey, keep it a buck.
Yeah. Stick threw a pick six that was on the score outside our field goal. Shout out to Cool, who made all his free throws. So we're happy with that. Even though
I think Cool straight, man. He coming into next year.
Well, I mean, look, Cool is going to be our kicker. I think it costs like $6 or $7 million to cut him.
Yeah.
So that's not going to happen. And actually, we can stash the Australian, where are you from, kicker, because he's international. So he doesn't cost a roster spot. We can keep him on the roster and literally stash him like they do in the NBA. But even better, because he'll be on our roster but don't count towards it. So, mostly, I mean, I like what the defense is doing personally. But again,
they carry two kickers? You think they carry both kickers?
Yeah, I think they're gonna keep both kickers. One kicker they can just stash. He's done well enough. I mean, he kicked the.
No, I'm talking about keep him on the roster. Like, and you had an old boy. He can kick the real long one.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. The other kicker, he kicked the long one when we was at the Dome last week. They could, but again, we need. I think that these rotational guys are gonna give us the depth that we need. The problem is, depending on a lot of young guys in a veteran-laden, NFL, is something you normally don't want to do, but we're gonna have to do it. Like Jeff Brick is definitely gonna earn his money this year, and if we get to 15th in the league or something like that defensively, I'm anticipating a top 5 offense. You have a top 5 offense and a middle of pack defense. That'll get you in the playoffs. That'll win you this division. Okay, so I know I personally don't like outrun the South as a little moniker or whatever. I think that was kind of a failure type of thing that we had last year. But it looks like we're going to kind of keep that same mantra. So hopefully it works out. I wanted the players to play, first and foremost. I feel like you don't get ready for football unless you play football.
Agreed.
Yeah.
But our quarterback backed up Coach Raheem. He was like, look, when I'm in college, I didn't have no preseason. I just had a spring game, and then we played. So I appreciate Michael Penix trying to take some of that heat off his head coach. I understand it. That's what a leader should do, just like when he put them paws on the boys. But I just feel like I know we just the turnstile, a newcomer. That's my quarterback blindside. Kellen Gary. You need to go and do some. You need to go with a sumo, learn some sumo technique or something. Like seriously, man, you gotta learn how to slide your.
It's not even that, Larry. Here's my thing. You know, you're an athlete that's in you're in that you're pretty much from around that Washington area. You went to college in Washington. Guess what?
Yeah.
You have access to world-class athletes because University of Washington and Oregon put out Olympians every year. And he's good friends with some guys that are amateur wrestlers. You know what I mean? So my thing is, during the offseason, you need to be working out with amateur wrestlers, Olympic-style wrestlers, because if you ever look at it, some of your best linebackers and your best linemen were wrestlers, or they were basketball players, one of the two, because that footwork comes in. You understand how to use leverage and angles, and that is something that he's got to work on. And at the end of the day, I look at it like this: they paid him the money. They didn't want to tear up the cohesion on the offensive line.
Yes,
but I'm with you on that, Larry. My thing is this: a lot of people say, "Oh, well, you dogging him." No, here's my thing: the money that he was paid, we gonna see if he's worth it. Because I said I'm gonna hold my tongue on this because I've spoken a lot about it. John's heard me say it. K-Dub's heard me say it, and you've heard me say it on many occasions. We got to keep Penix upright. And if you're going to trust a guy that struggles with pass blocking, he's been like that since college. He didn't give up but 6 sacks last year, but that's still, you got to think about it. 6 sacks is a lot. 6 sacks is a lot. And if you have that 1 sack where you got a TJ Watt or a Danielle Hunter or somebody coming off that edge against him, and Penix is getting ready to wind up and throw, think about what happened to Carson Beck with Georgia when he got.
What happened to Kirk Cousins?
See, that's what I was going to bring up, because now from what I understand and from what I saw, he tripped over another lineman's foot and fell, and that was it. That's how Kirk Cousins got hit, and that's how Kirk Cousins got hurt. Now, and see, just like you're saying, Ryan, just like Larry's saying, see, this man has gotten the stamp of approval from your offensive line coach. That's the only reason you signed this man. The offensive line coach said we can work with him, we can do whatever, he's going to be okay. All right, your job on the line, man. Your job's on the line because you've got this man out here protecting that blind side. Now, my partner, Winston, just goes all 8 crazy about the fact that we needed to draft someone on Penix's blind side because of how bad Caleb McGarry can't, Bane from we call him Bane from Batman because, he went on in that off season. And that joker grew about 30 pounds. He looked like he had that doggone pump on his neck. Because I'm seeing veins in that man's arm that I hadn't seen when he first got here. But I'm saying he got stronger, he got bigger, but he's still. If I had a daughter, I wouldn't let him go out dancing with her because he stomp all the doggone foot off of her toe. This joker.
Hey, that's good for the run game, though, John.
Yeah, I know. He's a road grader. He's a road grader for the run game.
He the best in the NFL at road grading.
Yeah, he's a road grader.
That's why he got paid.
But here's the problem, though.
I understand. Don't go back.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back because here's my thing, Mr. Penix conductor, woo, Mr. Train conductor. Guess what? That train or whatnot. Well, the tracks will be gone if Penix get his jockstrap knocked in the dirt. I wanted to say something else.
Like, well, you're right.
I understand it. I understand what you're saying. But guess what? He here. We got to get behind him because he here, man.
Well, hold up. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Hold up. He's
here.
Get
behind. He's here.
Wait a minute.
They just gave you 30 million reasons to say why he's here.
I'll get behind him when he prove it to me. I ain't got to get behind him. I'm telling you that now. When he proves it, Wait a minute. No, wait a minute.
Go ahead.
When he proves it, I'll be behind him. When he proves it. Until then, he's still suspect. Go ahead, Larry.
And another thing that exacerbates the problem is when you have a pass catching tight end that doesn't block in Kyle Pitts.
Yeah.
Slide that tight end over there.
Facts.
Everybody in the league knows that he's not going to chip because he's a horrible chipper. So you need a tight end who. So basically, we get kind of predictable when we see our Georgia Bulldog go over there, who's the blocking back but can still catch.
Oh, Charlie Warner.
Yeah, blocking tight end, they can still catch. But when he shifts over, he kind of know when we're going to run or where the pass protection is going to go. That's a tell, you know.
Yeah.
So while
question.
Yeah, go ahead. My bad. Go ahead.
No. Because I want you to answer this because it ties into exactly what you're saying. So I'm not taking you off your point. Now, you mentioned the chip part. Now, here's my question. You mentioned Charlie Warner. Why haven't we seen much of Josh Simon? Now, we that watch the SEC know what the boy can do. I want your opinion on this, Larry, because you just said something. You got one tight end that can catch and chip, but you got another one that can do everything.
Hey, look, guys, I don't think we're going to keep three tight ends.
Yeah.
I would love South Carolina to make this team.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we're going to keep 9 defensive linemen, 9 offensive linemen. Just for depth-wise, we'll probably keep 3 running backs, 5 wide receivers, 2 quarterbacks. Now one of them other quarterbacks better not make this team.
Better not make it. Better not. When I say better not make this team.
Then I had someone on the stream saying, hey, which one of these quarterbacks you'd like to be the quarterback? I said, name one. I was like, Kirk Cousins is our backup quarterback. Why are we discussing that? Okay, we could trade him. I was like, we're not trading Kirk Cousins. Like, let me get this through to anybody who thinks or praying we're going to get rid of Kirk Cousins. We're not, guys. We're not. They are content with paying him that money. No team is going to come up and pay his signing bonus, which is what the Falcons was trying to get teams to eat. They weren't eating it. So now it's just like we don't pay the signing bonus. We might as well pay them the rest of the money. So that's just what it is, guys. I don't even see a trade at the trade.
You don't see when the trade deadline?
No, man, he on punishment, man.
I mean,
look,
the team was a great trade. They need a quarterback. A quarterback went down. They got a great offer for the Falcons. I can see it at the trade deadline, maybe.
Hey, K-Dub, you think the Israelites were in bondage?
All right.
You think the Israelites were in bondage?
I'm going to lay off of it then. Go ahead, y'all.
Especially after that show with the quarterback coming back and he besmirching the team like that, like, oh, I wouldn't have came here, if
Larry, don't even get me started on that.
Another younger quarterback.
What, Larry, you getting ready to you about to get John fired up. I already see how this getting ready to go.
Fired up.
Hey, Larry, did you see, Larry, hold up. Did you see his wife? Oh, they demoted my baby. I just don't know how I'm going to get over that. Fire up the bins. Fire the bins up.
John, this was.
I said, woman, if you don't shut up.
This is what you need to ask his wife.
I beg your pardon.
That's what you need to ask.
It was a lot of show.
Yeah.
And I just felt like after costing us a draft pick and costing us a season, and the way he went about it by lying, because D-Led ain't gonna let it go because D-Led.
Oh no, D-Led is petty. You got to admit it. D-Led is petty with it.
Yeah,
so you know what's getting ready to happen.
You okay? He said that's fine. And when he said, "Well, you weren't injured," oh no, I wasn't injured. So he flat out lied. And so it is what it is right now. And that's why I feel like the Falcons are not going to trade him, man. Like everybody thinking they're going to trade him. Not. This isn't Sean Payton and Russell Wilson. Okay.
Okay.
Despise it, and they would rather eat the money than have him in there. Like
on
Payton
principle.
didn't like Russell Wilson from the door, from afar. He never even coached him before. He never liked Russell Wilson from afar. So once he got there and actually met the person, it just made him hate him more. So that was never gonna work. You know what I'm saying?
Wait a minute. How did we lose this game because of Raheem Morris? I want to hear this. I'm curious. No. John was saying we lost because of Morris. I mean, he might have a logical reason. I'm not being funny. I'm not trolling. Might be something that he brings to the table that's worthwhile. I just want to know the reason why. So
come on,
John,
tell Lucy to explain, Lucy. Explain, Lucy.
If you can explain that to me, I'm cool. Because because here's my thing. I think because the vanilla game plan that we had and how everything was very, very much modified, I would say, no. But here's the thing. You got to remember, we had a backup quarterback, a fourth string quarterback. If you watch that drive, we burned through, and I mentioned this at the beginning, we burned through 2 timeouts because they couldn't get set and get the snap off. That is Bush League. So
that's on the field. That's on the field.
That wasn't on him. He pretty much called those timeouts because we were in scoring range, and he didn't want us to get out of scoring range, which made his job. That's not on Raheem. That's on the quarterback that's on the field.
Now I can, okay, you could blame the head coach about saying, well, they weren't prepared or whatever, but then again, y'all on the field, man. Y'all on the field. You know what it is, you guys, execution, like Tyree Holland is saying. You guys are on the field. It is your job. I'm going to give you a game plan. I'm going to give you what it is that you need to do on the field. Okay. It's up to you to go out there on the field and execute. Now, when I get you back up at Flowery Branch, we are going to have a conversation. And it's not going to be nice. It's one of those uncomfortable conversations, and it's going to include laps around Flowery Branch at the practice field, possibly around Hall County, okay? On I-85 with a semi up your rear end.
No, it's 985.
No, I'm gonna put them. Hey, Larry, I'm gonna put them on the big road. 4 lanes. Ain't gonna be no way for them to get away.
I'm putting them on the big road. That's a little road.
I'm putting them on the big road. hey, Larry, they got 2 lanes and then they can run in the woods. No. Put them out there on the big road.
But guys, here's the other issue. Go ahead, Larry.
Did you guys know that Yates did the play calling tonight?
Yeah.
Okay.
But here's the thing, though. I don't know if everybody's paying attention.
Whoa.
Yeah, what? Called the plays tonight. That was him.
Oh, no wonder. No wonder.
Yeah.
No wonder.
But John, they do this. But John, they do this for every team. Here's the thing. During the preseason, the reason they let these guys do this or whatnot is because they're grooming them, because the next job that they're going to have are going to be OCs. So they have to get used to calling plays, because during the season, think about it. He's the next in line because he's the most senior on that staff in that offensive room. He's the one that also gets some liberty or whatnot to call certain plays. I can't be mad at him because, let's be real, John, he kept it vanilla, but he dialed up some stuff. The players just didn't execute it. Think about it. You had a walk-in touchdown with Drummond earlier. He dialed that up. That was a walk-in touchdown. That ball should have been thrown. Think about it. That ball should have been thrown to the post, opposed to being on outside of those numbers. Drummond just walked. Yeah, Stick throw. If Stick throws that ball on the inside of the numbers going towards the post, Drummond had a 3-step lead on that cornerback. That was a walk-in 6.
Yeah, Stick was a lot more.
I agree.
Yeah,
But
Stick was a lot more accurate. He have a couple more touchdowns out there. He just not really accurate.
But these Arthur Smith holdovers, that's
no, Yates was here before Arthur Smith.
Oh, he was, but he was still a holdover from that regime. I just have an aversion to anything Arthur Smith left here.
No, I understand that, but here's the thing that you got to understand about Yates, though. Yates understands how to call plays in the flow of the game and adjusting because he's a former quarterback. That's the thing. You got somebody who understands what these guys are seeing, and here's the thing: we're never gonna understand that because guess what? We weren't on the field. We weren't calling out, hey, I got a hot blitz coming in over here. Watch A gap. I got this here. Hey, check, fire. You know, you're not calling these plays. I'm just giving you examples of what you're seeing. Think about it. It's different for us to sit up here, watch the game. Now, if you played the game, you understand that side of it. You see it very, very different. Now, the running back Carter from Michigan State,
yeah,
you see what he did with a little bit of blocking tonight, right?
A little bit of blocking. That was a good run.
Yeah.
He had a little, I said it, hey, Larry, I said a little bit of blocking, and he was able to do that. Now, what it's looking like is he's going to probably solidify himself as the number 3 if he plays like that next week. Now, the other running back that we had in there, he was solid tonight. He was making stuff happen with piss poor blocking during the time he was in. So I'm just saying it's a competition at that third spot unless they cut a guy that's a top running back in the league that they find. Trust me, it can happen.
Because I still want a fullback. I'm sorry.
Okay. It ain't happening.
I still want a fullback.
I was surprised that we was under center. I really feel like Michael Penix is going to be in the gun probably 90% of the time, guys. I do not think he's going to be on the center. I don't.
What about the pistol?
They're going to keep him in they're going to have pistol formations for him this year because of his running ability. And that right there adds another weapon to what we have with this offense. But at this point, I'm not risking Penix running or putting him in a situation where he's got to run. But I also understand why they're putting him in the pistol too. As we spoke a little earlier, Caleb McGarry. That's the reason they're going to put him in that pistol.
Now, am
I lying, Larry? Okay. Y'all didn't think about it. Why do you think Kirk was in the pistol last year like that? Everybody knew why. So everybody's like, oh, well, you got the, and like K-Dub was saying, it's not just him. It's many Falcon fans that are saying, oh, you got to get behind him. Here's the thing. They gave him $30 million. Okay. If we're running out of the pistol for at least about 40% of our offense, we got a problem. We got a serious problem if we're running pistol 40% out of 100% of this offense. You got to have multiple sets so nobody can prepare for that.
Yeah. And see, that's the reason why I want a fullback. That's the reason why I want a fullback, man. Because
that don't even help, John, even with a fullback. Because guess what? If he's picking up something in the middle and he's not able to pick up something on that blind side, that's a problem. So even if you have a fullback, what you're gonna switch it back to? You're going back to power I formation. You're gonna go back to the split backfield formation.
And we ran a lot of plays out of because we did use Warner back there as a fullback for a couple of plays, designs last year. And I understand, a tight end being back there, but what is Anthony White? Caleb. Okay. Let me. If you don't mind, Ryan.
Sir, it's all yours.
I'm sorry I took us down this road. I apologize.
Ant come in here and he say that all the time. John get ready to say so because me and Ant go back and forth about this. I'm just laughing because somebody else ready to talk to my boy.
See, I'm trying to figure out what people are looking at. What are you not seeing? The man is a turnstile. If he was down there at the 5 Point station, Marta wouldn't collect no damn revenue. Everybody would get on the train for free because the man feet. Look, Caleb McGarry feet is just like a mafia victim in the East River. Concrete on both feet, float, drop into the bottom. And that's the way he's been ever since he's been here. Watch the tape. Everybody needs to watch the tape. The man is an excellent run blocker. And K-Dub, I understand exactly what you're saying. I'm behind him. I'm rooting for him. I want him to do well. But at this particular time, this man is man, look here. This joker, they need to put him in the front of Mercedes-Benz on a pedestal. He won't move. He won't move. I don't care if a Force 5 hurricane came through. That man will not move. He'll be right there set in cement. I'm sorry. That's all I've seen out of him. That's all I've seen out of him. And you got game after game after game after game where you can look and see how this man looking like the rhino in them old 66 Spider-Man cartoon. And just boom, 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 boom. Man, no, the man doesn't move.
Are you trying to tell me that metal Falcon has moved from when the Georgia Dome was there, has moved further than Caleb McGarry?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Man, y'all just see, and this.
I mean, come on, man.
See, John. I blame Larry for this. Now we wouldn't even went down this road. Larry started this mess.
That's the question.
Woo.
I'm just Jesus.
Wait a minute. We supposed to be having some decorum at this point, but apparently this went off the this went off the rails a little bit, but it's okay. That's the purpose of this show. Larry. This is the purpose of this show. We let folks that are fans like us come in here, express their opinion. My man Ant, he ain't taking it personal. He pretty much gonna disagree, and he gonna come back. And look, later on this season, if McGarry have a good game or two, we gonna hear about it. But shout out to my boy Ant, man. He definitely he's been doing his thing or whatnot, man. Definitely.
Hey, you know,
Ant,
boy. No, I mean, my thing is, watch the tape. Watch the tape. There is a reason why they line up certain people on that side over there to come in and get the quarterback. Because they gonna make them look good. Because Caleb McGarry, now one thing about Caleb McGarry, he throws some of the best lookout blocks in the whole NFL. Oh, look out. Look out. Here he come.
I'm sorry, John. You know what? Listen, this is as bad as John talking about a specific number 2 that used to play for this team. John gets started, boy, it's over. Hey, John, he said he wanted to McGarry said he wanted to mimic you or whatever. He done shaved his head bald. He trying to come for a clean transition, man. You didn't see it?
No, he done shaved his head.
Yeah, he shaved his head bald.
Yeah, he shaved his head. He bald.
John, he as bald as you.
Yeah, he don't have that long mullet anymore, John.
No, he cut his hair. He got his head shaved. He got his beard. My man say he trying to be the vanilla version of Rick Ross.
So, well, man, look.
My man say he getting ready to look. He got a new contract, a new haircut. He gonna bring something new to the table. We go see.
Now, the other part of this, I hope he doesn't have a girlfriend named Delilah.
Oh God. I'm with you because my quarterback. I need Caleb McGarry to be a Pro Bowler this year. That means my quarterback is going to be cleaner than clean. Because Bergeron and our interior is fine. well, we gotta see what our center gonna do, Newman. But I like our interior lineman. Jacob's getting kind of long in the tooth. Eventually, we're gonna have to draft his replacement. Eventually,
You saw on the left side.
yes.
Well, we already know Nelson's gonna probably end up being that replacement, or what? I'm gonna be honest with you, Larry. Nelson can play any position on the line because that's how he was groomed, playing tackle and guard when he was at Wisconsin. But I can see him honestly, I'm gonna be real with you. Bergeron has evolved into a great guard. You got to give it to him. And his position originally was offensive tackle. That was his original position. So at this point, I know originally I actually said that Bergeron was going to get kicked out once Matthews was retired because he knew the system. But I wouldn't put him there. Leave him right at that guard spot. Exactly. Let Jack Nelson be the replacement because guess what? He's got nothing but time to develop. And the one thing about Nelson, outside of the penalties that happened tonight, Nelson has a mean streak and he's nasty. And unfortunately, he had 2 holding calls on him tonight. But for the most part, he's very aggressive.
All right, man. I don't know about that.
Here's my thing about reliability, Kerry. And me and you are going to disagree on this, and we're not going to really stay on Caleb too long because we already know John didn't preach the whole sermon. He like that old pastor in the church that preached the 2-hour sermons or whatnot. But here's the thing. Caleb McGarry is reliable in the running game. When you're an offensive tackle protecting the blind side of a quarterback, you have to be a good to great pass blocker. He's not that good at pass blocking. He improved, but he's not that good. And if you're looking to keep Penix energy going, you like your t-shirts that say Penix energy, and you want to have more of those, you got to keep Penix standing upright so he can deliver that energy to these wide receivers that we have. But you can't throw on your backside. I'm going to give you this. Ask Joe Theismann why the hell they start paying left tackles. Ask Joe Theismann that. Joe Theismann will tell you that off the rip why they pay left tackles. Man.
Look,
that's look, all you got to say is Joe Theismann to anybody that's either a casual fan or a lifelong fan, and you understand why left tackles get the money that they do.
Well, I mean, Caleb, we're going to have to draft him. Look, it's either got to be.
Hold on, no, hell no. First off, if you're going to quote my slogan from the show, it's either you get right or you get left. Oh. You did it wrong. If you quote it right. Look, I'm with you when you're right. You're right. It's Big Penix energy. I messed up your Big Penix energy slogan, and you messed up the BirdCage slogan. It's either you get right or you get left, man. You know what? Here you go.
BirdCage, you either get right or you get left.
As my little one says, that's the little one right there. She recorded that for me. So shout out to Miss Khalees for doing that for me. Got the little one. She's into it. But I'm with you on that, Kerry. I had to throw the kid in there. You know, you can't get mad at the kid when you hear that voice. But you can't. But let's be real, fellas. Now Kerry does have a great point when you talk about consistency. Yes, he doesn't miss many games, but he missed a lot last year. Storm Norton came in and cleaned up everything. Think about it. When Norton was in there, it's 2 guys, Ryan Nizel and Norton. You know what I'm saying? All I'm saying is when you get that, you got to look at it like this here. Those 2 guys didn't give up any sacks last year when they played. Neither one of them.
But they did.
So I'm just saying, if I got that type of reliability right there, I'm already thinking, to me, and y'all might say I'm wrong for this, but it's okay. I think Storm Norton should have got the money instead of Caleb.
Ooh.
Yes, you're right. I agree with that.
Me out, y'all can say whatever. But as I said before, Storm Norton should have been the one to get that money. Because let's be real, Storm is one of those players that's been reliable his whole career. And he was called on the spot. Unfortunately, when he was in New Orleans or whatnot, you got to remember that offensive line that they had, they were some monsters down there. We had many battles with that. And unfortunately, he couldn't start. So I'm saying for us to have a monster like that on this team that's reliable and that can play, tackle, and guard, hey man, you gotta look out for the guys that's reliable and it's like the Swiss Army knives. But we'll see how McGarry does this year. But let's get to the next part of this show real quick. How do you guys feel about the wide receiving core outside of the blunder that DJ Chalk made? And how do you guys feel that the competition is heating up when it comes to these backups right now? Larry, you can start it, and then we go around to K-Dub and then John.
Okay. My pick, the only person I feel like that actually has a chance to make the team is Blair. I think he's been showing out in camp when we went and scored 2 touchdowns in the preseason already. Yeah, I just feel like, especially with DJ down, I feel like that he's a bigger guy who could play on the outside, win those battles. He'll block too. I don't think he's going to be the 2, but I mean, if you make him the 2 just because of the big body, I would understand. Now the person that's been really showing out in camp has been Ray McLeod, but some may think he's a slot receiver. I don't know what they're going to do with him, whatever they do with the lineup. I feel like our wide receiver core is pretty straight. Even with the guys, even with Mooney getting hurt, hell, the unicorn, Kyle Pitts, number 8, he could be a wide receiver. So he pretty much used him like that anyway. So why wouldn't he be the second wide receiver and then play Warner as regular? I mean, I kind of feel like that's what they're going to do.
Wow.
I think
so here's the thing. If they're going to use Pitts as a wide receiver, why not bring Joshua Simon into the fold?
Yeah.
That's my thing.
I would love it.
Larry, you didn't even call him the donkey. You called him the unicorn. See, I got to give you a little pixie dust with that. You said the unicorn. You gave him the name. You started calling him the donkey. You were the first one who started saying that. And now you called him the unicorn. I know he done moved up on your depth chart.
I'm gonna give him that. I feel like he's gonna have a good season. I think Pennis is gonna have him shine. It's a lot of times that Kyle Pitts don't even be covered because of the lack of his effort going down. But I think his energy is up. Michael Penix is out there golfing with him. I think he's gonna start off high. I think he's gonna be like the first 4 weeks, he's going to be the surprise of the offense. And then teams are going to adjust. Mooney's going to come back around the 4th game. And but then I think that's when Bijan Robinson is take off.
The mustard man.
Bijan. Yeah, he doesn't want to be called Bijan. He irks him. So Bijan. That's when Bijan, I feel like Bijan should have, I mean, shoot, look at Caleb McGarry trying to look like the Hulk now, the Red Hulk. I think the running game gonna take off. Like really. That's our young quarterback's best friend. That Michael Turner was Matt Ryan's best friend. And I think Bijan and Tyler. And I think they're gonna run and Bijan more sets. Have Bijan out there in some sets. As a wide receiver. He even said that too. So we got so many weapons that we can fill in multiple ways. Got to be multiple. You know what I'm saying?
Now, one of the guys that I saw, and I'm gonna let K-Dub go next, and I mentioned him was pretty much Quincy Skinner. I've been telling people about him. And Quincy caught a couple of passes tonight, had some good blocks. He's a 4.3 guy, good speed. A lot of people don't know about him because he played at Vanderbilt. And most people are looking like, Vanderbilt. But here's the thing. Vanderbilt be having some ball players here and there.
Yeah.
He's one of them. But K-Dub, how do you feel about the wide receiver core? And then we're going to pass it to John, and then we got one more topic, and we're going to shut it down for the night. So, K-Dub, what you got, man?
I can't hear you.
Yeah, we can't hear you, bro. Still can't hear you. Oh, man. Well, why you trying to get your sound straight? Let's see. Nah, we still can't hear you. Drop out and come back in or whatnot. Appreciate you, Kerry. John, while we're waiting on K-Dub, how do you feel about this wide receiving court? Larry kind of done set it up or whatnot. He done brought the ball down the court. Now it's your time to figure out if you're going to take the shot or you getting ready to pass it off to K-Dub. What you got?
Well, K-Dub had it. But at any rate, I'm going to go ahead and do this right here. Now, from what I've seen of the wide receiver core, I see talent at each one of those wide receivers. I see talent. One thing that I'm hoping, and I can't make any judgments because they haven't played game one yet, where it counts. But one thing that I want to see out of the offensive coordinator to help those wide receivers out, I need more slants. I need more quick slants. Our dropbacks and passes are taking a lot more time than I like to see all the time. We taking too much time a lot of times where in order to set people up, we need to get rid of this ball quick. 3-step drop or just take the snap, straighten up, and toss it to somebody. Because I see even if the defense is playing, when the defense is playing off of us a couple of yards, hey, that's an automatic win for a slant. No linebackers. Linebackers are retreating. Defensive backs 2 or 3 yards off of the receiver. Hey, easy pickings. 3, 4, 5 yards. And as Hank Stram used to say, that will help you matriculate the ball down the field. So that's
watching too much enough. You've been watching too much of that Minnesota Viking and Kansas City Chiefs Super Bowl from 1969 with Joe Kapp and them boys. You talking to a historian? That's an insult to me.
How's that an insult? I didn't deny you your credit.
Like we wasn't gonna know. Look, you threw that out here like we wasn't gonna know. Well, I can't speak for everybody else, but
wait a minute. Didn't I call the coach's name correctly? I didn't call him Hank Strum. I called him Hank Stram.
Hey, even if you would have just said matriculating the ball down the field, I would have knew that because he was the only coach.
Hey, I was certainly hoping you did. But yeah, I mean,
if I did,
I mean, see, the thing was, I love how Bill Walsh used to run the West Coast offense. I mean, you get 5 yards on first down, you make it very easy on second and third down to get a first down the next time. Okay, and you keep the defense on their heels. You keep them on the heel, throwing screens, throwing quick slants, things of that sort. And then catch them off guard one time and bomb them because that touchdown to Blair was because of that defensive back peeping in the backfield back there. Yeah, that's what got him loose. So
he watched the quarterback eyes on that play.
Yeah, he was. He did. And see, thing was now the interception. They were watching the quarterback's eye because he gave them eyes to look at. Because he was that man. I thought the Joker was in a hypnotic trance when he threw the ball. But wide receivers, back to that. I've got to see them in real live fire situations. What I'm seeing right now is good. It's going to be some decisions that need to be made. And Kyle Pitts, you better show me some, son. You better show me some. Otherwise, Delta is ready when you are.
Yeah. But to go back to the receivers from earlier, Larry kind of stole my thunder. He was saying the same person I was been saying since training camp when I was out there was Chris Blair. He just looked the part. I think that's the guy that's gonna make the team. A lot of people in the chat echoing the same thing. So I mean, I think he's that pick. We're gonna see who the coaching staff and the organization picks as that fifth or sixth receiver. But I do believe Chris Blair will make it. That he is capped it off with another touchdown tonight, like Larry spoke about, just to reiterate that. But that's my guy too, Chris Blair. I mean, I know other people like Casey Washington, like some of the other receivers, but I truly believe Chris Blair will make this team.
And here's the thing. This is what I mean when I say you better start giving these HBCU boys many more opportunities, because Chris Blair's an Alcorn State guy.
Hey.
People don't know that, but that's an Alcorn State guy.
Okay.
And your boy, oh man, don't make me lie. Don't make me lie. And we also got another win in Kadero Hodge. I was about to say KJ Bolden. I'm thinking Georgia for a second, but no. But Kadero Hodge or whatnot started off at Alcorn State and ended up at Prairie View A&M and got up out of there. That's what he came up out of. So you got two players on this team that have showed you, like, all right, we can step up. We might have went to smaller schools, but we're just as good or better than some of these dudes on this team. Kadero made a Pro Bowl last year. So again, for a guy that wasn't a starter to make the Pro Bowl, that tells you what that talent level is like, and it doesn't matter where you come from. If you can play, you can play. Yeah. And my thing is, Kadero won a couple of games for us last year. The New Orleans game, guess what? He was the one that ended up making plays on the special teams at the beginning of the game. He blocked, what was that? He blocked 2 punts against the Raiders last year. He catches the walk-off touchdown versus Tampa last year. Now, this is a guy that's not a starter.
Yeah.
So now you got Chris Blair. Blair played a little bit last year. Think about it. When Penix, it's a beautiful pass that they love to show that Penix threw on the outside of the numbers that he caught against the Giants. That was Chris Blair that caught that pass.
Oh, okay.
So again, when you look at the type of talent that we have in this wide receiver room, it's ridiculous. Nick Nash might end up getting cut because he hadn't been looking so good in these preseason games.
Man, Nash,
as much as I hate to say it.
He's up out of here, bro.
I don't want him gone because I know what he can do. I watch the kid, but everybody's not going to be able to stay. Now, if we can keep him as a practice squad guy, I'm okay with that. You know what I'm saying? I'm okay with that because he's a guy that can come around and do his thing. You still got Casey Washington.
I think he makes the practice squad. I think he's on the practice squad, and Nash out of here.
And here's another thing. And then you still got Quincy Skinner, who's going to probably end up making either the practice squad or special teams because of what he's done so far. And then you got Drummond that's going to probably make it. You still got David Sills here that's been showing out. So next week is a critical game for everybody in that room that's not in the starting four. That is a critical game next week. So for the wide receiving core, I like the fact that we got competition. I like the fact that we look good. Much as I hate to say it, but I think DJ Chalk might be up out of here. If you want to be romantic.
Yeah, I thought he would make the team, but now I'm starting to think you had 2 weeks to do something, and I don't see you doing that next week. You out of here.
Because they didn't use him last week. He made a critical error, and he's a veteran, a former starter, and you did what you did tonight. That right there can literally cost your team a season. And that play right there might have cost you your opportunity to be with the Falcons.
It was a chunking up the deuces, baby. Out of here. Like I said, there's gonna be a lot of people that's gonna not make this team that we think is gonna make this team. So it's gonna be a tough cuts coming ahead, moving forward, man.
Man, the only thing is some of these guys that's about to get cut, their careers is just getting ready to go to the upper room right now. Just
the upper room with Jesus. You know what that is, the upper room?
I'm just saying, them careers might be going to the upper room, just like my man Ray Gibson say, the upper room. That's where it might be going to, because at this point, you know, Mooney got a job. Mooney showed out last year. You know what I'm saying? And to me, I feel like
we missing Mooney right now.
Think about it. Mooney's replacement is gonna be Kadero Hodge. Think about it. He ain't playing.
I agree.
Hodge is gonna be that guy that's gonna be on the outside.
Yeah, he
While Mooney's gone, because Chalk damn sure ain't doing it right now.
he shouldn't have gave up his number either.
Nah, but you know what? Kadero Hodge got that 4 now. I'm not mad at him. He changed it. He said, I want a single digit number. But at the same time, I think he still was dope with the 12, but I think he went back to his college number. That's what that was. But hey, I'm not mad. Hodge looked good in training camp from some of the footage I saw. And if he's not playing right now, that should tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. Last year he was playing in the preseason.
He ain't playing now.
He ain't played not one down in the preseason yet.
Guys, this is my thing. And I'm going to say this succinctly. I really don't know what we're doing with preseason, like the game-wise. I know what we're doing in training camp. I see the vision for training camp. I really don't know what we're doing for the preseason games. I mean, this year for the defense, yes, but offensively, because I feel like they can already fill out their roster right now. I think the only decision they really got is probably Blair.
Yeah, last receiver.
Yeah, and because Beltran's gonna make the team, even though I don't know why. Beltran and Troy Anderson look like a clone of each other, to be honest. Like getting lost. First play of the game, they went and picked on him. You know, like it was all we saw this in practice. Let's get this dude isolated. Yep, 30-yard pass play. So it's rough, man. I'm hopeful, but yeah, I don't really know what we're doing in preseason outside of probably
trying to get through it without no injuries.
I mean, outside of that, because I know that Raheem values being healthy over there, and the injury to the player last week just refortified his decision. Like he was never gonna. That's what people ask him in my chat. I'm like, guys, don't even ask that question. After what happened, on the field when we were at the game, there's no way ever going to come off his stance, which he was already standing on from the beginning. Like, he might have said, yeah, I'll think about this, that, and the third. That's just to shut people up. He really want to tell y'all to shut that blank up. I'm not playing them. Deal with it.
Larry, I'm gonna be real with you. I'm gonna be real with you on this, Larry. This is my thing, and I was just saying, I'll just say this: Raheem Morris. Everybody just gotta accept. He's just pretty much a smiling guy. He's gonna smile all the time. That's just who he is. Now, the one and I was awarded the opportunity to go to New York Jets training camp. And shout out to Miss Connie Carberg for making that happen for me and whatnot. I appreciate that. I got to see the difference between my head coach and another head coach that you're talking about somebody that came off of the Parcells coaching tree. Not Belichick. He played for Belichick at one point, but that's a Parcells guy. If you ever look at anybody that is coached under Bill Parcells, you don't see them dudes smiling and skinning and grinning like that. Every last one of them got a mean streak. Every last one of them. Aaron Glenn is exactly like that. Now, this is the difference. This is the difference between you got a players coach and then you got a coach that players respect and they will go through hell for. They might not like what he says. They might not like how he coaches them. But guess what? They're going to fight for him. Parcells was one of those type of dudes. All his players said they hated him. Every last player said they hated him. But they respected him, and they said if we lost, it wasn't because he let us lose. It was we were well prepared. Now, the question is this. Can Raheem prepare this team? Because right now it's preseason. Right now we skinning and grinning right now. I saw a big difference when you talked about it. Aaron Glenn said, hey, how you doing to the people? He wasn't all in the crowd with the folks like that. He was concerned with his players. He didn't give a damn about signing autographs. He would speak, hey, how you doing? Glad y'all are here. I got to get to work. And he said it over the mic to the fans. Appreciate you guys for coming out. I'm not here to sign autographs. I appreciate the support. We're going to have you guys here. But guess what? I got to make sure that I can put a product on the field that you guys can cheer for. So let me get to work with my guys. He handed the mic over and went to work. Big difference than what we got in Atlanta. Big difference. Now, we just got to see how this season plays out. I don't have no problem with Raheem. He coaches how he coaches. But when you see somebody that doesn't play the radio, that ain't smiling, he ain't trying to be buddy-buddy with his players, it's a big difference. Because the one thing I saw was a very, very aggressive practice while I was out there. Guys were scared to make mistakes because he was yelling. He was getting on guys. So it was a bit of a difference when we say that. So fans, please don't think that I'm down in Raheem. I'm just saying I saw another coaching style firsthand. That was the type of coaches I grew up with when I played the game. I didn't grow up with coaches trying to be my friends or buddy, or they smiling. Now, Raheem is competitive. He's going to yell. He's going to fuss. I get it. That's just his coaching style. He's more of a Tony Dungy type of coach. Just being real with you. But the difference was Dungy didn't smile either. That was the other difference. Tony didn't smile. He was just more so not as animated. But Aaron Glenn, he going to get after your ass. And my thing is, we got Jeff Ulbrich in this place, and Ulbrich was one of the ones that did not mind getting after you. That's why he had a top defense when he was with the Jets. Their problem was their offense. Their defense was never the problem.
No.
So now when you look at that Jets defense with an Aaron Glenn who just had a top defense with Detroit, he already got the defense established.
Yeah.
So now we're going to see how that works out because now you got Ulbrich in the building. You got players here. I expect, and this is just my expectations, and I'm going to let you guys go, and then we're going to wrap it up. I expect my defense to be top 10 defense. Not top 15, top 10. Yeah, I'm ready.
I'm with you, man. You don't hear no regrets
because
from me.
Because here's the thing. We got the best D-line coach in the league. We got the best linebacker / defense, one of the best linebacker / D coordinators in the league, and you got one of the best freaking secondary coaches in the league. It's no way in hell that this defense with talent that we have should not be in the top 10 this year. If it's not in the top 10 this year, it's a disappointment. I don't give a damn how the season is.
Okay, fair.
Y'all can go ahead and take it from here, and then we're going to wrap up.
Now, one thing that I'm going to say, and I have said this ad infinitum, if playing in the preseason is good enough for Tom Brady, is good enough for anybody. If it's good enough for Patrick Mahomes, is good enough for anybody, because there is rust to knock off. Now, this team better not come out flat in game one. Division game, and I think the first 3 games are either division and conference games.
Yes.
You better not come out flat against Tampa Bay with your mantra of not playing people in the preseason. Otherwise, it's going to be a lot of warranted criticism about your coaching style and your coaching philosophy, because you got to hit the ground running. There are a lot of expectations for this year that people are going to have, reasonable or unreasonable. There are expectations that this team is supposed to be ready to play week 1. Okay. Now, coaching styles. See, there is no, there may be a metric, there may be a comparison, there may be some type of statistic that says that mean coaches do better in Super Bowls and championships than friendly coaches do. I don't know what the ratio is. However, they both can be successful. They both can be successful. Now, if I've got Smiling Sam, the used car man over here, and he wins me 14 games, goes to the Super Bowl and wins the Super Bowl, hey, thank you, Smiling Sam. Now, when it comes time to fire him and I go get another coach, Get the coach that does the job. Get me somebody that does the job, no matter, what type of philosophy, what type of scheme or regime he has. Get a coach that does the job. But at this particular point, I am not, and I'm just going to state it for the record on your show, just like I stated everywhere else. I am not for the starters just to be in bubble wrap for 3 freaking weeks and not get out there and play just one series in the preseason, just to get go against somebody else other than your own teammate. Now, I could understand it this week because you scrimmaged with these people for 2 days this week. I could understand this week, but last week and next week, I got to see the quarterback out there. I got to see Penix out there. I got to see the first team offense out there. Injuries can happen, ladies and gentlemen. Injuries can happen. You can injure yourself walking from the locker room to the doggone practice field. Injuries can happen, but you can't. I'm just of the mindset you can't be afraid of. You can't be afraid of them, especially when you're trying to get ready for live wire, live hitting. I mean, okay, I possibly could understand it if we had 2-a-days during practice all year, but we don't.
Hold up.
We don't.
So, John, I got to let Larry go, and then I'm going to let K-Dub go. But to address this here, hell no. Pete Carroll only smiles before the games. You must not watch Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll was never a smiling coach like that. Pay attention to what he was like at USC. Pay attention to what he was like in Seattle when he was winning championships. He only smiled at the beginning of games when he was winning. He definitely was not a smiling coach. He was all about his business. Larry, what you got, man?
Ditto. I think everybody said what they.
Yeah, man. I'm like,
all right.
I ain't gonna get on that soapbox. I'm gonna leave it alone.
Well, on that note, Larry, tell the people where they can find you, my brother. And John, you'll do the same after Larry goes, and then we'll end this show.
On the Dixon Way, YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, Rumble, and X. Find us. Just check us out, guys. If you want to get an alternative to the game commentary, you turn down the TV and turn up the Dixon Way. We stream for the Braves, the Hawks, the Falcons, the Dream. Even though I didn't do the Dream today because the game ended late, I'm watching the Dream right now while we.
I'm watching the Dream. Let's go, Dream. They up. Let's get it, girl.
Thanks you having me on as always. And, great conversation as always. This is just some healthy conversation. Appreciate you, family.
Hey, man, thank you for coming on, Larry. We know you're a busy man, and we always appreciate when you come through, and we definitely try to support your show as much as we can when we're not doing our show. We definitely pop in and try to show you likes and everything else. I make sure I try to repost it on I have to remember I got to try to repost it on X a little bit more for you, even though I just be trying to get to your likes, but I got you on X, man. So
I appreciate you.
Yes, sir. John, let the folks know where they can find you, my guy.
The Eye Test every Wednesday night. We go from 10 o'clock until we get tired. We didn't get tired Wednesday until about 5 o'clock in the morning. So those of you working at the Waffle House, at the post office, firefighters, police, whatever, if you guys are up, so are we. Might start with Falcons content, but we don't know where we're going to end up, but we know you're going to enjoy the ride. So, K-Dub, I'm looking for you to come on in. Ryan drops in every now and then, and I appreciate you guys, letting me come on, and I appreciate you guys when you do come through. We gonna fuss. We gonna get to the nitty gritty. We gonna get to the bottom of it. Wherever the bottom is, we gonna get to the bottom.
I'm gonna stumble in there one day.
The difference is your show is triple X rated with the language. See, we can say certain things on here, but see, we can't say stuff like that. And see, that's why I got this censor button now. That's the reason I can just say like this. You know what I'm saying? I can just do that. I just pause it and make you think I'm saying something, but you still got to be monetized, and that right there is one thing. But hey, man.
Oh yeah, well, hey, that's one thing we don't care.
Hey, John. Well, we definitely appreciate you coming through, man. As always, I definitely look forward to seeing you next week when we have another post-game show. Hopefully, we'll be winning and we can actually have more positive things to talk about. So thank you for coming through, my brother.
All right.
Yes, sir. That was John the Cricket Deacon. K-Dub, another show in the books, my brother. I definitely appreciate you taking time. Get you some rest, my boy. I'm about to do the same. Been up since the butt crack of dawn before the roosters was crowing. So I'm right there with you, my guy. So definitely can't wait to be up with you next week. I'm going to have a version of Bumper to Bumper this week. So y'all stay tuned for that. I'm going to put that out there. But K-Dub, I'm going to catch you next week, my guy.
So,
yes, sir. So to the fans, we appreciate you guys for coming through and tuning in tonight. We went a little long, but hey, this is the Benediction. It's Friday night. Hey, wherever, think about it. Where would you rather be? Talking Falcon football. Unfortunately, we caught the L, but guess what? It's going to get better. Y'all be easy. Y'all be safe out there this weekend. And again, y'all make sure that y'all tell your family you love them. People dropping like flies now. You just got to make sure that you look out for your loved ones, man. So enjoy your weekend. Stay safe. And college football is among us, folks. So get ready for that. This is going to be a hell of a season. Good night, everyone. Catch you next time. Ghosts.